Hello and welcome back to the High School Football Alliance. It's Thursday night. It is the game of the week, and we've got a big contest here tonight. The South Central Lions 3-0 on the season, hosting the 2-1 Southwest Titans. I'm joined in the booth by my colleague Liam Hammer. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing fantastic. I'm looking forward to this game. Two of the best offenses that we've seen so far in the country in high school. South Central Lions, Southwest Titans, Battle of the South. I couldn't be more excited right now for this one.
Yeah, Southwest, they come in with the number one passing offense and the number one passing defense, so that's definitely something to look for in this game. South Central, they are struggling in the pass game a little bit. They're only third in rushing, rather, but they do have the most points so far, and that is a big reason is because of the 9 takeaways that they have, which leads all of high school. And it's kind of a surprising stat that we didn't really notice until just before this week.
Yeah, it's been the difference so far. I mean, you go back to the Eagles game a couple weeks ago. They were close there till the end, and they got a pick 6 to win it. A couple other games where they've won based off those turnovers. And, I think another one of these games, we had one of those games last night, it came down to turnovers. And with Southwest high-flying offense, sometimes the only way to stop them is to intercept the ball and give your offense some extra possession. So if the Lions can steal some possessions, Southwest might be in for a long night.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Now, the big thing here for me is Southwest has not been in one game that came down to one score, but the Lions have a lot of experience in that regard. All 3 of their games so far on the season have been decided by 6 points or less. So if it's a close game, I like the Lions. But Southwest, if they get an early lead, look out.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to see because Southwest, the closest game they had was the most difficult challenge against the International Comets, and that didn't go too well for them. They lost that one pretty substantially. So, yeah, like you said, the South Central, they've had that kind of guts to get through close games. We'll see if they can do it in this one. We're going to see the Southwest Titans, though, taking the field first. Player of the week from week 1, Fletcher Gross at center. He has his receiver, obviously, Clay Kersley, Tyron Trent, and running back Rocky Payne. You hand it off to Payne up the middle for the first play, and nice opening. He's going to go for 8 yards, and I think that's kind of key for them. Their ground game has been hit or miss this season. If they can get that might be a difference.
Yeah, they definitely need to get the ground game working a little bit better this season. They're currently 7th out of 8 teams, only averaging 52.6 yards on the ground per game. And Poole, he's not having a great season. Last week, only 37 yards on 21 carries. And Rocky Payne's most notable stats are receiving. So definitely look out for these 2 running backs to get it going here today.
2nd and 2 now for Fletcher Gross up the middle again. This time to the running back to the fullback. Excuse me, is going to go for a first down. Or was that Eddie Poole? That was Eddie Poole, the backup. We're going to see a little bit of him. They're going to mix him in. They mixed him in last week against the Jays. 24-14 win they had there.
Yeah, an interesting part of Poole's stat line from last week. 21 of 37, like I mentioned. He had a touchdown. His longest run was 20 yards. So 20 of his carries only netted them 17 yards. So he's got to get it going.
Gross with his first throw. It's going to be across the middle, knocked away. Tom Schaefer in the chat. Hey, good to see you. And hello to everyone in the chat. Hope you're having a good night. Tom Schaefer's uniform pick of the night is South Central. He says he fully supports the purple.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, the South Central uniform is basically based off of my old high school uniform, the Richfield Springs Indians. They no longer have a football team, but shout out to them.
Rip Southfield Springs. You know who does have whatever their name was? I forgot it already. Well, you know who does have a football team? Southwest throwing here, and that's going to be a corner route, and that's going to be dropped. I'm not quite sure who that was, but that's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's the 2nd time they've gone to the tight end, Darren Clark, so far. I'm not sure I really like that. Not a great tight end. I would much rather see Fletcher Gross throw to his receivers. I mean, he's got Clay Kersley and Tyron Trent. Both of these guys are going to get just a boatload of CFA scholarship offers.
Arguably the 2 best receivers in the country, and they're both on the same team with arguably the best quarterback. 3rd and long here for the Titans. Gross under pressure is going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be caught by who else? That was Clay Kersley. Or that was Bramlett.
Yeah, that was Bramlett, number 80. That's the slot man. Now, last week, he wasn't a big factor in the offense. I mean, he only had one target. He had one catch and 12 yards. So it's good to see him get a catch really early on in this first quarter.
Yep, you got to spread the ball around, and these guys have 3 strong targets to do that. Gross gonna throw this one and almost jumped the route. There was number 56, the linebacker, who's looking for number 19 on that one.
Yeah, Gerard Wilson came up and laid a pretty good hit on the running back. Wilson had a fantastic game last week in their win over International, where the Lions won 26-22 in the game of the week. Wilson had 4 tackles, 3 assisted tackles, 3 for a loss, and a fumble recovery that Benji Bailey lost, the first of his season.
No Trent or Kersley sighting so far in this game, as Gross is going to be under pressure. Dodge one, sack, lofts one over across. That's to Trent, and he's going to get the first down. What a nice play there.
Yeah, fantastic pocket presence from Fletcher Gross. Avoided the contact, and somehow Tyron Trent, one of the best receivers in the world, just gets wide open and picks up a big chunk of yards and gets the first down inside the red zone already.
Tom Schaefer asking who the left guard is for Southwest. I don't have that roster, but my colleague does.
What's the number on him?
Left guard, I'll get a look at it here on this play, but first down 10 for Gross, and he's going to throw across the middle again. Trent again inside the red zone. I think it was number 60.
Number 60 is Caesar Miller.
Caesar Miller, yeah, nice, good blocking there, and I think some decent blocking there. Yeah, he held back the waves. Threw his guy open, and a nice anticipation from Gross to now get into the 5-yard line. And this is where they've struggled at times because the run game has struggled.
Yeah, I think their best bet would probably be to throw it to Rocky Payne. 5 catches, 39 yards last week, so get him the ball to the backfield maybe.
Run up the middle to Eddie Poole, and Poole is just going to punch it in from 5 yards out. And the Titans, just like that, march down the field and score the opening touchdown.
All right, so the Titans trying to establish the run game early on, and that's pretty interesting. I mean, the Lions, they don't have the best rush defense in high school, but they only allow 75 yards a game, and already, the Titans trying to establish some dominance on the ground, and Poole gets a second touchdown in as many weeks. Extra
point is about to be underway. Caesar, king of the guards. That's his new nickname. Goodness. I'll go into the editor and give him that nickname.
I like it.
So when he gets his one highlight at some point this season. Bad snap, but managed to get it down, and the kick is up, and it is good. Now it's time to see this South Central offense highlighted by, of course, the great Laverne Jewell.
Yep, Laverne Jewell had a pretty good game last week. 22 carries, 108 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Really explosive runs as well down the sideline against a pretty tough Comet defense. So I'm really looking forward to see what he can do against this Southwest Titan defense, who has the 8th rated rush defense in high school.
Jewell's going to take this one out and get flat. And that does that Jewell? No, it's Brody Fisher that you have back there today. Maybe want to keep Jewell fresh. He hasn't had as big of an impact in the rushing game as we expected, so maybe that's a move there from Coach Jewell, Laverne's dad, to try to keep him fresher for the offensive performance.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of a endurance play here.
First down and 10 for South Central. Going to be a delayed handoff to Jewell, and Jewell's going to get tackled in the backfield for a loss of 2.
And that was number 26, I believe. Eric Strickland, the strong safety, coming up and making a pretty good tackle. He was kind of a no-show last week for the Titans defense against the Jays.
Second down now, bunch formation at the bottom of the screen. We'll see what Aiden Vincent under center. We'll see what he can do. He's going to throw it here. He may have a man wide open. He's going to throw it deep. He has him, and down the middle of the field he's going to go. Breaks one tackle, Skinner, and dragged down at the 18 is Riley Skinner.
Wow, what a fantastic throw. Great blocking. If you look at the pocket on this replay, Vincent had all day to throw it. Finds Riley Skinner wide open. Now, Skinner, he already has more yards right now on that one catch than he had all last week, just 4 for 24 on 5 targets, and this is a big one. as we see Irv Street finally tracking him down, saving a touchdown.
Interesting stat about South Central is they've had a different player win player of the game for them each week. Aiden Vincent week 1, Brody Fisher week 2, Laverne Jewell week 3. So they know how to spread it around. Maybe this is Brody Fisher's game. He's going to hand off to Jewell up the middle. Good blocking and nice 8-yard run on first down.
Yeah, really good run there and a nice tackle by Irv Street at the end of that play. Just his second tackle already. He didn't have an impact at all last week either for the Titans defense. But, you know, it was a little bit of a rough game. I mean, they won the game against the Jays, but, you know, it was just tough for that defense a little bit, even against a lackluster Jays offense.
Though after what we've seen Dan Short do in his opening day, maybe not lackluster for much longer. The toss goes to Jewell. He's going to get the first down, and that's goal to go now.
Yeah, and that was Strickland on the tackle. So already Irv Street, Eric Strickland, the free safety, the strong safety, they're getting involved and coming up and run support. But you don't want both of your safeties to lead your team in tackles. You would like for your front seven to maybe get some pressure and make some plays for themselves.
First and goal now for Aiden Vincent and the offense. See what Travers Jewell, the coach, draws up. It's going to be a pass play. Out route to Brody Fisher, who's going to turn upfield and stepped out of bounds at the goal line. That hurts.
Yeah, that's tough. But, you know, it's second and goal now, and a perfect spot here for Laverne Jewell to get a handoff and punch it in, try to get his third touchdown in the last 2 weeks.
The Discord vote having South Central be the favorites for tonight's game. It's a close one. Let us know if you have anything right on this game. As a toss play, Jewell is going to go untouched into the end zone. Not too many guys are going to run a toss play well in this league, and he's one of them.
Oh, there was also a clipping right there at the end of that play by Brody Fisher. I don't know if you saw that, but the refs definitely didn't. And a really easy touchdown. But you mentioned, you know, teams not being able to run tosses, but not every team has a speedster like Laverne Jewell.
Yeah, one of the most explosive running backs, explosive players in the country. We saw his explosion back in week 1, I believe it was, against the Cobras on that kick return he had. Left-footed kicker, and his kick is going to be good. I believe it's the only left-footed kicker we have in the country this season.
Yep, that's Wesley Graham. I believe so. I think you're right. Last week he was 1 for 1, made a long of 39, so, you know, he's got a decent leg on him as well. Not bad for a lefty.
Not bad for a lefty at all.
I've always found it to be really awkward to try to kick with my left foot. I don't know about you guys in the chat. Let me know if you've ever tried it.
I mean, I just don't kick well. The return here from Eddie Poole, and he's going to take this out to the 34. Decent return. That's where we're going to see this offense. So far, it's lived up to potential. We expected offense, and so far we've gotten offense. Do you think we're going to get one more offensive strike in a row?
Yeah, I think we're trending in that direction right now. The thing that might break this game open would be a nice South Central takeaway. So let's see if Fletcher Gross can be careful with this football on these pass plays.
First down and 10. Gross pump fakes, throws across the middle again. This time caught for a gain of 7. And Gerald Wilson, not quite sure what position that is, but he was injured on the play. That's
the player that I mentioned on the last drive that the Titans had. That's Gerard Wilson, the outside linebacker for the Lions, who had a fantastic game last week. 4 tackles, 3 assists, 3 tackles for loss and a fumble recovery. So that's a pretty significant loss for South Central. So look for number 52, Roger Huff, to come in. Or not Roger Huff, 55, Randy Hardy, to come in and fill in his spot.
Stretch play is going to be blocked to perfection. Rocky Payne down the left sideline, and he's going to get tackled down at the 24-yard line. Rocky, the Payne train, rumbling for a gain of 40.
Yeah, this man had basically no rushing stats to speak of last week. As I mentioned, you know, most of his plays were catches. He had 5 targets, 5 catches, 39 yards. But the Titans, they came out and had a great game plan so far. You know, the Lions completely caught off guard, not expecting the Titans to really run the football, you know, with Fletcher Gross back there, you know, slinging the rock. And I think everybody in the stadium is surprised as well.
Good game plan so far. Gross move around the pocket, finds his man across the middle, and that was some amazing pocket presence from Fletcher Gross right there.
Yeah, he has been really impressive so far in this game, moving up into the pocket. And that's the number 2 tight end, Eric Bradley. So already 2 catches for Darren Clark, the number 1 tight end, and now 1 for Bradley. So, I mean, let's see if we can find Brendan Gregory, the number 3 tight end, on this drive at some point.
Forge in the chat mentioning that Rocky Payne ran in like another Rocky Balboa down the streets of Philly.
Running up the steps.
See if they can get to the top of the steps here, 7 yards away. Ace formation for the Titans. Gross is going to throw it. Good protection. Plenty of time. Slings it back. The end zone. Oh, and it was dropped. He had his man with a beautiful throw.
Man, that was such a great throw. I don't know if he caught it, but just a great sidearm action. And he was looking for Bradley again, who had the catch previously. Man, that would have been really nice if he had caught that for his quarterback.
Gross with a couple of good throws today that have been dropped so far. I think that's the 3rd drop we've seen already in this game. 2nd and goal now from the 7. Shotgun formation. They're going to bring the blitz. He picks it up and almost picked off. He was looking for Trent, but number 20 had perfect coverage.
Yeah, Alan Layton, he has a pick 6 on the season, and he nearly had another interception there. Not a really good throw. Layton basically ran the route for Tyron Trent. So Gross has to be careful. This defense knows how to get after that football.
I think the competition committee will be investigating some of the things brought up about one of the Southwest players in the chat.
It's all hearsay, Tom.
Fletcher Gross back to throw. Out route, has his man. It's going to be tackled down, though, short of the goal line. Great goal line stand here from the Lions.
Yeah, great touchdown saving tackle by the nickel corner, Lorenzo Gomez for the Lions. And he had a pretty decent day last week as well. 5 tackles, 2 assisted, a pass deflection, and 2 tackles for a loss. That is pretty good for a nickel corner.
Welcome to the chat, Parker Thomas. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Don't forget to slap that like button, guys.
Slap that like or subscribe if you're new, which we know all of you right now. So unsubscribe and resubscribe right back.
Don't do that. No. This is the one time I'm telling you, don't listen to this man. Oh my goodness. Good job by the Lions defense holding to a field goal there. But a nice kick by Stanford Bond, the kicker for the Titans. He was 1 for 1 last week with just a huge kick of 26 yards.
There's another name for Forge to punt away. The punt, the kick is away.
Bond.
And it's going to take out to the 35. No Laverne Jewell. It's a little bit less explosive as Brody Fisher's a little bit more of a conservative returner, but we are going to get to see him on offense now. Touchdown streak ended, but the point streak could still continue. What do you expect out of the Lions offense?
Just get the ball to Laverne Jewell. I mean, they had a fantastic drive throwing the pigskin around last time. I'd like to see him toss the ball to Stanley Morris. You know, he made his receiver debut last week, had 2 catches on 2 targets. So he's been efficient when thrown to.
Vincent going to throw across the middle. It's going to be caught. That's Skinner. And that's a gain of 7. We mentioned, Gerald Wilson, update. He has a leg cramp, so he may return. Good news out of the Lions camp that that's not a long-term injury.
Yeah, that is fantastic news. You don't want your starting right outside linebacker to go down for a significant amount of time, but we're going to see Randy Hardy just stay in there and try to do his best in his stead.
2nd and 3 now for the Lions. It's going to be a run to Jewell up the middle, and a nice hole is going to get first down. The name you missed, Forge, was Bond, the kicker for Southwest.
Stanford Bond.
Stanford Bond.
Oh, man. So good.
Fun fact, this is the battle of the 2 oldest coaches in high school football.
I like it.
Vincent going to chuck it down to Vern, and Laverne is going to manage to spin his way into some yards. Not many guys can make something out of that.
No, he's the only running back in high school football that has good enough acceleration to catch a pass like that and actually be able to turn it upfield. But it doesn't even matter. There's holding on number 53, and that's Lance Miller, the center for the Lions. Not often you see holding by the center.
It's a rare occurrence, but he managed to pull it off. It's going to set him back to 1st and 20. And we'll see what they draw up. Well, I imagine we'll see some more of Aiden Vincent. It does look like that as they're lining up in the shotgun here. On
Stanley Morris in the slot.
Stanley Morris in the slot. Keep an eye on him. Vincent is going to throw underneath, picked off, and he's going to take it all the way back for a touchdown for Southwest. Read his eyes, caught the ball, got the touchdown. My goodness.
Watson Gray, the outside linebacker, with his first career interception, I believe. I don't think he has one this year. And look at this, catches it and runs through all that traffic. Vincent can't get him. Jewell was too far behind, and he couldn't even get him. Man, what a game-changing play for the Southwest Titans. I mean, they came into this game with only 3 takeaways on the season, and that was tied for last. So that's something to look out for here. How is Vincent going to come back out on this next drive and respond to just, giving a touchdown away to the opposing team?
We talked about the South Central defense and how they've been forcing turnovers, creating opportunities for their offense, and it's actually the Titans who do that first in this game with Watson Gray. I mean, great play by him, reading the eyes of the quarterback, and then great blocking to spring that for the touchdown. All of a sudden, South Central, the 3-0 Lions, find themselves down by 10.
Yeah, and at home, too. This crowd is really quiet as we just witnessed our first ever linebacker pick 6 in High School Football Alliance history.
Kick is away. It's going to be fielded by Fisher, who's going to take this up. And to the 35 once again. That's where the offense is going to get started. You got to have a short memory as a quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not over. There's so much time left in this game. They're only down 10. You just got to forget about it and go back to your game plan and go back to your weapons.
We saw not last night, but Tuesday, Caldwell's mistakes compounded. You can't let that happen here if you're Aiden Vincent. You got to shake that off. You can hand it off to Jewell on first down. Jewell is going to fall forward for a gain of 4.
Yeah, not a bad play to start the drive. Just get the ball to your best player and let him get some work done. And, 4 yards, that's pretty good. 2nd and 6. I mean, maybe go play action here. Haven't seen any of that tonight.
Apparently, Tom Schaefer recognizes the ref from his local 7-Eleven.
Oh, boy.
Maybe that's why he doesn't call games well. 2nd and 6 now. Hand off to Jewell, and that's good tackle there. I think that was Guy Pottinger who made the tackle.
Yeah, Guy Pottinger, the middle linebacker, number 54 for the Titans. He's been a great asset for them. Last week, 8 tackles, 2 assisted. He had half a sack as well, a pass deflection, tackle for loss. This guy is all over the field. And, just caught right up to Laverne Jewell, which you don't see.
No, he had a good angle. Good. He's going to throw out route now to Fisher, who's going to get the first down and keep the chains moving.
And he threw that ball about 300 miles an hour. That got out there real quick, and a great job by Fisher to haul it in and somehow get upfield and move the chains. Look at how fast that is. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Fisher, kind of an underrated receiver, I think, in the league. He's not as electric as the guys on the other side. You have Clay Kersley, you have Tryron Trent, but very, very reliable and just kind of a catch machine.
Yeah, really good possession receiver, but, he's got deceptive speed when he wants to use it.
Morris watching the slot. Vincent with plenty of time. He's going to throw it across the middle to Brody Fisher once again for 8 yards.
Yeah, Fisher, again, very reliable hands, and no gloves either, which is very interesting if you guys can notice that. But last week he had 7 catches, 109 yards, had a touchdown on 9 targets. It was a really good game for him, really quietly a good game.
2nd and 2 now. I formation, looking to hand off to Jewell. Jewell is going to get right side and going to get the first down.
Man, if he tried to juke out Irv Street right there, he might be still running down the sideline for a touchdown. Instead, he tries to spin it back to the inside. Didn't quite work. Good tackle by Street to save a touchdown.
Titans have done a good job of containing Jewell so far. And you notice most of these tackles, there's not just one guy. There's 2, 3 defenders around to make the tackle. That's going to do it for the end of the first quarter, though. Titans up 17-7 here in South Central.
Yep, the difference of the game so far. Guy Pottinger, not Guy Pottinger, Watson Gray, rather, with the pick six. Huge play.
It really changed the momentum of the game as it looked like they were going to go blow for blow on the offenses here, but now all of a sudden South Central has a little bit of a hole to dig themselves out of. Here at the 37 of the Titans, handoff to Jewel, and Jewel's going to break one tackle, juke out a man down the left sideline, and get flattened. Irv Street came up to just lay the lumber on Jewel.
Yeah, I think Irv Street's got like 6 tackles already. He's just all over this field. Great job by Jewel breaking a couple tackles. But, you mentioned we thought it was going to go blow for blow, but technically there's been a score on every drive still.
It's true. It's true. Only one drive did not end in a touchdown so far.
Yep.
2nd and 1 now for the Lions. Throw here out of the heavy set to Jewel. Jewel has some space. Is anyone going to get him? Down the right sideline, he's in for a touchdown. Put the burners on, and Jewel gets into the end zone.
And this is why this young man is so special. No other running back in the Alliance can catch a pass like that and run past the entire defense for a touchdown. Look at the acceleration. His first step after the catch, and he is gone. I mean, look at this. 54, Guy Pottinger doesn't have a shot, and no help from the secondary.
A great pre-snap read there from Vincent to realize that linebacker's in man coverage with Jewel, and there's no way he can get to the flat quick enough. So just throw it to your guy and betting that he can get to the sticks before him.
Yeah, that's trusting your star player, and Vincent, he completely looked away from the intended target, and he just knew where he was going from the start of that play.
Kick is up and good, 17-14 now.
Beautiful game so far. Back to a one-score ball game. Nothing new to the Lions. Every single game this season has been one score, and I expect another one here tonight, but it's going to be a lot of fireworks. The defense is struggling a little bit. I mean, we did have that pick six, but they're not really doing a great job of stopping points getting on the board.
Forge asking, has Fisher ever been tackled by a guy named Price?
Well, I don't think we have a single player with the last name of Price in high school right now.
You can change that, though, for season 2.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Join our Discord, and you can have yourself a player.
That's called a transition.
Oh, it's so good.
First down for the Southwest Titans. And interesting, the Titans are usually kind of a high-flying offense. It's been the Rocky Payne show for the most part. But for a big portion of it, he's been getting there, and not just him, but Eddie Poole. The ground game really adding a new dimension, and they're going to run it here. This time, though, Payne's going to lose a yard. They were ready for that one.
Yeah, it really has been, the Payne and Poole show. I mean, both of them have a touchdown. Like I mentioned earlier, Payne didn't really run the ball at all last week. So I guess the head coach really wanted to come out and get him more involved in the offense and try to get Poole going. So I'd like to see more of it. They're pretty good running backs. They just they've been underutilized.
Gross is going to throw it out to the flats, and that's going to be caught by Eddie Poole. And a nice check down from Gross. That's kind of what makes him so special, is his ability to move around the pocket, look down, keep his eyes downfield, but then know where his safety valve is.
Yeah, and Eddie Poole, pretty good hands out of the backfield, just like Payne. So, I mean, both of these guys, pretty much everybody on this offense can catch passes. So, it doesn't really matter too much who he throws it to.
3rd and 2 offsides. It's a free play. They're going to throw the out route. That's the first time we've heard the name Clay Kerstley called today, and he's going to get the first down. But either way, it would have been a first with the penalty.
Yeah, it's first catch, first target for him on the night. But, these guys, Kersley, Trent, they get their targets. They combined for 27 targets last week and 16 catches, almost 200 yards combined, 2 touchdowns. It doesn't matter what defense they're going up against. These guys are going to get a lot of targets.
Like we said before, arguably the 2 best receivers in all of the country, 2 of the top prospects for the CFA. Can't wait to see where they end up. Right now, they're ranked number 3 and 6 overall on the prospects list. So, very, very elite guys. Gross going to throw out of the backfield, throws it to Poole again. Poole high stepping down the field, getting 7.
Yep, nice high step there. And he's got 2 catches for 15 yards on the drive. So, head coach, again, trying to get his running backs involved, get them in open space, and try to let them make some plays. And it's been working out really well for them tonight.
Having that variety, something that they've lacked this season. It's been mostly just Trent and Kersley shows. They're going to toss it this time to Payne. And that time, the Payne was on Payne. And they're going to lose 4.
Yeah, I mean, look at his running right there. Along with 34, he's got 37 yards in the game. So, it's been rough going other than that long run for him. But he does have a touchdown as well. But really good job by the defense swarming him for that tackle for a loss.
3rd and 7 now for the Titans. 4 receivers on the field for this one. Gross going to throw it. It's going to be caught. That's Eric Bradley who came down with him. He's had a couple drops, so that time he brought it in under heavy duress.
Yeah, 4 catches by the tight ends so far in this game. Darren Clark has 2. Now Eric Bradley has 2. And we saw on the Titans' last drive where they ended up getting a field goal, they targeted Bradley 2, maybe 3 times on that one. So interesting decision by the coach to target the tight ends a little bit more than usual. We don't really call their names too often. It's mostly the Kersley, Trent, and Bramlett show in the passing attack.
First down is going to be run to Poole. Poole gets a block, and what a play there. I thought that number 70 could keep that block, but if he keeps that block, I think Poole's gone. Manages to get off the block and pull him down.
Yeah, Dwayne Lyle. I mean, what a play. How does he break off of this block? A great job by Eddie Poole as well. Hats off to him, having a great run there, having a decent day so far. But Lyle with a touchdown-saving tackle. He's made some pretty decent plays this season from that safety spot.
Gross now at the 24-yard line. Stacking the box. They're going to jump off sides again. Second time on this drive. They're going to throw it out to the fullback. We haven't called his name. He's going to fumble it, but lucky for him, that goes out of bounds.
Yeah, the free play here. That would have been, I think, the 3rd fumble we've seen this season. Not really a league that has a lot of fumbles, but it doesn't even count anyway. So free 5 yards, 2nd down, and penalties are offsetting. So just none of what anyone just said made any sense. So go ahead.
First down and 10 now for the Southwest Titans at the 24-yard line.
Oh my goodness, just hit that rewind button and let's give it another go.
It looked like it was holding on the offense for that one's what called it back, but it wasn't really a good play anyway, so I don't think anyone's too upset to try to do this again. Empty set now for the Titans, 4 receivers on the field. Let's see who they go to. Gross under center. Plenty of time. Throws it deep across the middle, and that's going to be caught somehow in double coverage. He put that the only place his guy could catch that.
Man, Trent was just folded like an accordion on this tackle as well. It's such an awkward position to be in, and somehow, oh my goodness, his neck snapped back right there. I don't know how he held on to that, but what a fantastic play by one of the top receivers in the Alliance.
I don't know how he's still standing.
I don't know, man.
I mean, he's not on the field right now. So, first and goal. They're going to hand it off to Eddie Poole up the middle, and Poole with his 2nd touchdown of the game is going to extend the lead.
This is definitely going how everyone expected. Eddie Poole putting the team on his back here tonight, and he's got 2 touchdowns. Rocky Payne has a touchdown. Fletcher Gross has not thrown a touchdown pass yet. What is happening?
All of a sudden, the Titans coming out with a run offense, and that, I think, right there, if this is not just a mirage, if this is truly what the Titans are going to be doing from now on, all teams in the country should be scared.
Oh, absolutely. If they get the running game going and not have to rely on Gross, I mean, it's going to be so disgusting. I mean, they might not lose another game. They're just so good.
The defense is really the only thing holding back, but so far in this game, the defense has been the best one on the field. So,
hey, you put some respect on their defense's name, all right? They have the #1 pass defense in high school.
No comment. First,
don't hate.
No hate. I don't know what to say.
They also held their opponent, Northeast, to just 10 yards rushing last week after averaging 180 on the ground against them. So that's a pretty significant improvement.
Was Zayden Van and Marcus Mondre. Kick to
Very
The
true.
19, Brody Fisher, weaving up to the 37 is where they're going to give him forward progress, and that's where the offense is going to start. Offense has had fantastic field position all game.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not helping the defenses out at all here tonight, but, I just expect more fireworks here, another touchdown probably. I mean, either way, there's going to be points on this drive, whether it be a rushing touchdown, passing, a pick six, maybe a scoop and score. Who knows at this point?
Vincent has 3 receivers. You got Stanley Morris watch in the slot. He's going to throw the out, though, to his favorite target. And he's going to take out a guy on the sideline for no apparent reason and get 3.
Oh, the disrespect. They probably got into an argument at practice this week, and he's just taking it out on them there. But
whoops.
Nice little 3-yard out there from Brody Fisher. 2nd and 7 coming up for Aiden Vincent and the Lions.
2nd and 7, like you mentioned. Single high safety from the Titans on 2nd down. Stacking the box, looking for Jewell, and they are going to hand it to Jewell, and that was a great call from Kurt Earl on this defense as they're going to tackle Jewell in the backfield.
Yeah, what a play that was. That was Drake Corbin, the defensive end for the Titans. Corbin had a pretty good game last week as well. He had 2 tackles for loss. He had a sack, a couple assisted tackles. He's one of the better defensive ends out there.
3rd down, Vincent chucks it deep right side, wide open, and he drops it.
Oh, no, Stanley saying it. It's so, brother. Oh, man, he would have had a highlight touchdown there. Oh, wait, that wasn't Stanley.
That wasn't Stanley.
Oh, that makes me feel better. That was Heath Triplett, he's the number 5 receiver. So why is he out there? Wasn't that Trips?
That was 4 receivers said someone must have been tired.
Oh,
and
man.
Triplett drops a sure touchdown, and the first punt we've seen today as the punter comes out on the field.
Man, that makes you sick to your stomach. We both thought that was Stanley Morris, 100%.
We are Stanley Morris stands.
Yes.
No return of note from Trent, and the offense will get the ball at the 34-yard line with the chance to tack on more points. What do you do if you're South Central?
Curl up in a corner and cry a little bit, maybe. You got to get a takeaway. That's what your defense is known for. You got 9 takeaways, which leads all of high school by 4 coming into this week. So you need some takeaways. You got to force Fletcher Gross into some mistakes.
I formation here. They're going to hand it off, though, and keep it out of the hands of Gross. Poole with 4 yards.
It's kind of hard to make Fletcher Gross make mistakes when they're just not putting the ball in his hands. So I guess that's the game plan for the Titans. They realized that the Lions had the best takeaway defense out of everyone in the league, and they just wanted to limit the mistakes and get their running game going. It's been a breath of fresh air for this offense, actually.
2nd and 6. Quad receivers. Gross. Plenty of time. Throws it. It's going to be almost picked off. That's what they needed. 24 had it in his hands. It could not come down with it.
Lorenzo Gomez with the pass deflection. Should have been a pick. He had a deflection last week as well. But, that's a mistake right there that Gross made. That defense has to capitalize on that. Just couldn't quite haul it in.
3rd and 6. Get a little close-up look at Tyron Trent. Gross drops back. Good protection like he's had all game, but until it breaks down and the Lions defense shows up and forces a punt right back, dunking on him.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was Paul Warren, number 93, the left end with the sack. I mean, I think you count that as a coverage sack. Gross was back there for quite a while. And, Warren, he had a sack last week as well. So, he's on a tear right now, getting at least a sack a game on the season.
4th and 16. The offense stumbles and gives South Central a chance.
Back-to-back punts.
Back-to-back punts after not having a punt for the first, 6 possessions, something like that?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
That was Laverne Joel on the punt return, so they have him on the punt duty this game. No kick return duty. Interesting choice there from Coach Travers.
Yeah, definitely interesting there, but he didn't get too far, so he's probably not too tired for this upcoming play. Let's see if they go right to him.
Still daring them to pass, really, with that single high safety look. We'll see if they do on first down. We can hand it off to Jewel up the middle, who's going to break a tackle.
Gone.
He's gone.
All it took was one missed tackle, and nobody, I repeat, nobody in high school football is going to catch that man.
Say goodbye. Jewel runs away from everyone. They said that single high safety look. They're daring him to pass. They didn't. They ran it right up the middle. And Jewel, who's a speed back, he doesn't really, we don't see much power in his game, just leveled a linebacker on that play.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that was Guy Pottinger who got absolutely demolished by basically a finesse back in Laverne Jewell.
We said that South Central needed something, and they got it.
Yeah, that's his second touchdown of the game. He had 2 last week, so 4 in 2 weeks so far. Man, this scoreboard is just getting lit up, just like Guy Pottinger on that last play.
If there was an over and under for this game, I'd take the over. Yeah, I don't care how high you set it.
Oh my goodness, that was nearly blocked. Wow.
What was he doing? The guy got through and then just stood there.
The sun was in his eyes.
Hey, that South Central sun.
It'd be like that in Texas,
Now, Southwest with a chance to get the ball back. South Central clawing back into this game. It's 24-21 now.
It's been a fantastic night.
This has game of the year potential, honestly.
Jay Washington in the chat. What up, Jay?
Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Eddie Poole, high step into the 30-yard line. That's where this offense is going to get started. Feel the burn, Laverne. I'm going to steal that one for a call.
I like it. See what this offense can do after being forced to punt it on their last drive. We saw Gross make a questionable decision throwing it into the secondary. Lorenzo Gomez should have had a pick. See if he's a little bit more careful with the ball on this drive.
1st and 10, shotgun formation for Gross. See if they can get that passing offense going. They're going to throw it here. He's going to throw it underneath, and that's going to be caught.
Oh, my. What? Gomez should have had it. That's 2 plays now where Lorenzo Gomez should have had the pick. I don't know how this ball got to Clay Kersley. Let's take a quick look here. Oh, my goodness.
Goes
that
for
was
the
so
swat
close.
and lets the ball go right by his hand.
Wow.
Lapse of judgment there from Gomez, and that gives up a 6-yard gain. Another mistake from this defense that you can't give Southwest that many chances.
Yeah, not only did he miss the pick, but he also got stiff-armed to the ground.
Big toss play there. It's going to be 3rd and inches as he's not going to get the first down. That was Napoleon Queen, the fullback. We don't hear much from him on this offense.
Yeah, first time we called his name tonight. He didn't do anything last week. He didn't have a carry. He didn't have a catch. But good to see him get involved. He is a really good fullback, just really more known for blocking, but these running backs haven't been getting going behind him.
There he is again, and they're going to convert it with him. Spins out a man and gets 2 yards.
Oh, my goodness. I was not expecting a spin move from the fullback, but you love to see it.
Always love to see the big boys get some love. I mean, they're more like the medium boys, but
yeah,
get the medium boys some love.
That's close enough.
1st and 10 now, as this Southwest offense is interestingly methodical and just taking what the defense has given them for the most part. It's interesting. We haven't seen too many big plays from them. Kersley going to throw it here, out route, and that's going to be a gain of 7. Clay Kersley again.
Yeah, they've been just going for more like efficiency passes instead of taking their usual deep shots downfield, on go routes to Trent or, deep outs to Kersley, which is interesting. But, it's working for them so far. They have the lead here in a really tough environment against an undefeated school.
It's the 2-minute warning here in South Central. Score 24-21. We have 2 minutes to go to halftime. It's been an offensive slugfest so far, and I expect that to continue.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how many points are going to be scored here tonight, but I wouldn't be surprised if both teams got over 40 each.
They're 2nd and 3. They're going to throw it, and en route to Trent's going to be complete. Nice accuracy from Gross to get that one.
Yep, just going after one of his top 2 targets. And I mean, he was looking at him the entire play. And Trent, usually hauls all those in, and pretty easy route to run as well.
First and 10 from the South Central side of the field. Let's see what they run. They're in a heavy set formation. See if they throw out of it. They do. Going to throw the out route to Blake Kersley, and that's only going to get 3.
There's nobody I love watching more on out routes than Clay Kersley. If you watch any of his routes from start to finish on these plays, when they're out routes, they are so precise, so crispy. I mean, the best route runner in all of high school football, in my opinion.
2nd and 7. Gross going to throw out route to Trent, and that's a first down. Hurry up now, under a minute to go. We'll see what the offense can do, trying to get some points here on the board, preferably a touchdown before halftime. Gross going to throw out route. You mentioned Clay Kersley, and he can't turn it upfield this time, and out of bounds after 3 yards, but that stops the clock.
Yeah, I don't hate him going out of bounds there. Stops the clock. You still have all 3 of your timeouts left. You're at the 32-yard line. I'm not sure if they're really in field goal range right now. Like I said before in the broadcast, Bond was 1 for 1 last week, but only a long of 26. So we're not really sure what his range is as the kicker.
2nd and 7. Gross drops back. He's going to throw it. End zone shot. Intercepted at the 7. Looking for Trent.
Goodness.
Couldn't get it there. The safety read the eyes, and a takeaway for South Central. Alan Layton.
That is Alan Layton. Yep, in the corner. He had a pick 6 2 weeks ago. He had a pick 6 back in week 2, which sealed their game against who was it? North Central, a 30-24 victory. So he's no stranger to takeaways. That is now the Lions' 10th takeaway on the season.
And now the Lions with a chance to see if they do anything. They're going to run it to Laverne, and that's kind of a shot play. You never know what can happen. Looking back through the weeks, the record for most points scored in a game in high school football league history is 75, and that record was set earlier this week, Northeast versus Northwest, 41-34 game, which broke the week 1 record with South Central and Northwest, 38-34. So we'll see if that record stands after tonight. What a play there to tackle in the backfield. And if I'm the Titans, I consider taking a timeout and try to make them take a snap from the 2.
Yeah, and that was Drake Corbin again. I mentioned him earlier in the game in the first quarter, I believe. Huge tackle for a loss there. Titans don't elect to call a timeout, though. We're going to go to the half.
24-21 is the score at halftime. And, man, we've seen a lot of offense. What do you think is going to be the key for the second half here?
Well, the interception from Gross really didn't matter too much. But, if he throws another one here in the second half, that could be a game changer. But we look at the stats here. The Titans, 63 yards on the ground. They only average 52.6 a game. So to get that in 2 quarters, I think that's the most impressive stat so far in this ball game. Lions doing great on the ground as well. They're already at their game average, which is 85.6. Just great performance, really balanced offenses so far, and I'm enjoying it. I don't know about you.
It's been a great offensive battle, really close back and forth match. And yeah, like you said, both these teams, they've given us kind of a new wrinkle. Southwest, I think, is the team that surprised me the most, though, with that running game that bringing out, and the defense getting that pick 6, huge play from them. And if you don't get that pick 6, we might be looking at probably are looking at a South Central lead. I think the defense is going to be, it's interesting. We mentioned the defensive game, International Southeast, the other day. We mentioned that it was the offenses that were kind of the key to the game. I think the same thing in this one is the reverse true, that the defenses are the key to this game in all this offense.
Yeah, I can't really say that I disagree, but I did mention Southwest, #1 pass defense. What have they done today? They got a pick 6, so we can't doubt their defense. But again, their running game so far has been, I think, the most surprising thing for me, and I think for you as well, because they've really been struggling on the ground, and it's really good to see Fletcher Gross get some help in the rushing attack, because he's been trying to carry this team with his arm all season long. And in their loss, he almost threw for 500 yards trying to keep his team in the game. Maybe in that game, if they were able to run the football, that'd be a different story. And maybe they don't get blown out by the Comets, 42-27 back in week 2.
Yeah, it's interesting things. And like you said, Kurt Earl has done a good job with this Southwest defense to put them in a position to succeed. And I think the job he's done here in Southwest, I think is going to warrant him some looks from the CFA coaching.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if not a head coach, maybe an offensive coordinator, or maybe a DC with that pass defense. You never know. Definitely some interesting decisions he'll have to make in the offseason if he wants to go up to the next level, or maybe stay and just refine his craft down here in high school.
Second half about to be underway with this kickoff. And 35-yard lines where the South Central Lions are going to take it from. Forge asking in the chat, speaking of Southwest, how has the travel been for away games? Too soon?
Bruh. Southwest Airlines, not an official sponsor of the Hammer Cline Universe.
If they want to be a sponsor, I don't know.
I expect the check in the mail by next week.
Yes. Our PayPal is first down and 10. Vincent going to air it out. He has a man. What a play there from Irv Street to knock that one away.
And Irv Street has been so good tonight. He's got 4, maybe 5 or 6 tackles. He's all over the field hitting people, and now out there deflecting a pass. I don't know what his teammate was doing there. I didn't see his number, but he probably could have picked that off of the deflection.
Yeah, Irv Street saving a big play there, forcing second down. South Central with a chance to get their, I believe it would be the first lead of the day if they can get a touchdown on this drive, but they have a ways to go for that. Vincent dropping back, going to throw it deep right side, and he has his man wide open. Brody Skinner in the end zone for a touchdown.
You just combine the wide receivers. It's Riley Skinner, not Brody Skinner, but what a fantastic play. I don't know what happened to the cornerback. I believe it was Aaron Burnell, number 20. Maybe his blanket and pillow are on the field. He's out here taking a nap, but look at this. Look at the jump he's got on him. 5 yards. What happened, son?
Good job by Vincent to see him throw that deep, and Riley Skinner, catches that one, takes it into the end zone for the touchdown, and that gives South Central their first lead of the game. They were down 24-14 at one point, and they've battled back in this one.
Yeah, this is their first lead of the night because it was 10-7 Southwest on top. Then they got the pick 6, so really great job from the Lions to battle back into this one and take the lead. What a huge play. I was just talking about Southwest pass defense. Up until that play, they'd only allowed 113 yards through the air in this game, and we're on pace to pretty much match their total passing yards allowed per game average. That was a massive play from Aiden Vincent to Riley Skinner. 16
seconds into the half, we have a touchdown. We have a lead change, and I don't think it's going to take us too much more to get that lead change right back.
Man, I just feel like they're going to score. Like, everyone's going to score every drive. We've only seen 2 punts in this game, and we've seen 2 drives end in interceptions.
Pool up to the 29-yard line. That's where their offense is going to start. And what's your advice for the Lions defense if they're trying to slow down the Titans?
Well, I think right now you got to focus on slowing down the running game and force Gross to pass it. I know that's a crazy idea because of how good Gross is throwing the football, but the running game has been the biggest difference, I think. And your DBs have done a great job all season getting takeaways. So let them go out there and make the plays.
They're going to run up the middle, and Poole's going to fight for a tough 2 yards.
Yep, and that was number 50 on the tackle, Anthony Rogers. I don't think we've seen Gerard Wilson, number 56, back in the game just yet. I believe Randy Hardy's still out there for the injured Wilson, but hopefully he'll return soon. Good tackle there, though, only a pickup of 2, and that's a good start for this defense.
You saw the stat line there. Down day for Gross. By his standards, we'll see if he rebounds in the second half. 2nd and 8 now. Sack in the box. Gross moves to his right, throws it, and dropped. That's, I think, the 4th drop of the day. And that's not Bradley. Who's that? 88. Couldn't bring it in.
Darren Clark is the tight end right there. That, I think, is the 2nd or 3rd drop so far. Really interesting, the coach's play calling here tonight. He's been going to the running backs and the tight ends more than his top targets in Kersley and Trent and Bramley. It's been very weird. It's been working a little bit, but not to the tight ends.
3rd down, throws it out route, and he has a 1st down. Corey Bramlett with the 1st there, and that's going to get him to the 43-yard line. You mentioned, I think you have to credit South Central a little bit with forcing Southwest into having to throw to their 3rd-string receiver and their tight end, their running backs. I think they've done a good job of containing Kersley and Trent, which is something we haven't seen anyone really do this season, and it's forced the Titans to adapt.
Yeah, the best that we've seen anybody defend these receivers was the Jays, surprisingly. They did really well against them. Only 287 passing yards for Gross in that game, season low. So, the Lions doing a really good job so far of that. And I think that was actually Kendall Nielsen. That's the 5th receiver on the roster for the Titans that made that last reception as Poole picks up 3 yards.
3-yard run from Poole. That's it seems like he's the favorite back right now, at least the hot hand of this committee. He's in the backfield once again. Gross going to throw out route to Kersley, and he's going to get a few.
Yeah, just 193 yards. I mean, that seems like a decent day, but not for Gross. He's thrown for 482 yards in a game this season. So we know what this offense is capable of. He threw the ball 42 times last week, and I don't even think he's close to that here tonight. But right there, a little bit off target, leading Kersley out of bounds, where, if he took a little bit off of that, maybe Kersley gets upfield, gets the 1st down.
3rd and 3. See if they can convert. They're going to throw it. And throw it to Queen, and it's behind him, and it's not going to get there. Punt unit most likely coming out. Parker Thomas saying that this can be a war of mental strength, and I totally agree with you. Who's going to make the big mistake?
Yeah, I agree too. I think Gross is making some mistakes right now. He checked that down without really looking down the field, at his more athletic players on offense. Just checks it down to the fullback, who everyone knows is not going to be able to cut that upfield and get positive yards out of that catch.
4th and 4. Jewell with some open space. Is anyone going to catch him? Jewell is going to take this all the way back. Feel the burn, Laverne for the touchdown.
Laverne Jewell. Oh, my goodness. The turf is on fire. Oh, my. What a touchdown return. That was over 80 yards. And that was a really good punt from Sammy Ingram, who has had a pretty good season. He had one inside the 20 last week. This would have been another one. But what is the coverage doing here? Everybody lost in the sauce on the Titans special teams. And just great blocking. Nobody is going to catch this man in the open field. It's just not going to happen. And that is a game-changing play. 2-score lead now for the Lions, who were down by 10 at one point in this ballgame.
The Lions, 2 big plays in this half have gotten them back in total control of this game. And now we're looking at about a 35-24 game. And all of a sudden, now all the pressure is on Southwest.
Yeah, they need to respond. I think Gross has been, I don't know, he's just kind of going through the motions, it seems like, so far. Like this is a walkthrough at practice or something. He needs a little bit more urgency and needs to take some shots downfield. That's really where they excel in offense. You got to go downfield to your top guys, Kersley and Trent. Trent, we know, can catch the ball, double, triple, quadruple coverage, 30 yards downfield. He's definitely capable of that. But you got to throw it up to him. You got to let him have a shot at it.
And now Titans, you have to figure out something. You have to go to what works. So they're going to run it with Poole. Poole's not going to get as electric of a return, only to the 28. And Parker Thomas, 2 mistakes, 2 in 2 plays. You got the mistake by the cornerback. Now you have a mistake by the coverage team. And, South Central taking advantage of the mistakes and, down early. But now they have taken control of this game.
Yeah, it seems like they're on cruise control right now. It's like everything is just going their way, and the Titans are kind of reeling right now.
Gross to throw it. He's going to throw out route. It's caught. short of the first down, 8 yards.
Yeah, and again, strangely enough, they're going to the tight ends. That's Eric Bradley again. I think he's got 3 or 4 catches so far in the ball game. Really interesting. I know for sure Kersley and Trent are getting open downfield. I just don't think that Gross, maybe he just doesn't have the confidence tonight to take a shot against the secondary, who has 10 takeaways on the year.
2nd and 2 now. You're going to hand it off up the middle, and good design, but a better play. And Rocky Payne's going to get tackled by Wilson and others just short of the line to gain.
Yeah, 3rd and inches. I think I go to Eddie Poole here. He's been the better of the 2 running backs. I mean, Payne had the one big run earlier. Other than that, he hasn't really done a whole lot. He had a short yardage touchdown. But give the ball to Eddie Poole here. But I think Rocky Payne is in the backfield.
Payne in the backfield between the lead blocker. And Payne's going to get the first down and get more to the 50. He goes first down Southwest. Ford saying that the Southwest offense needs to take flight.
Oh, man. I mean, I can't say I disagree. But a good run here from Payne. What a hit that was, man. The helmet right on the hip of Payne from Dwayne Lyle, the free safety. Got to be careful with those kind of hits. You don't want to get yourself a concussion or, hurt the opposing running back. That was a dangerous hit.
First down, 10 now. Just shy of midfield, really. Free play, though. They're going to toss it to Eddie Poole on the right side, and he's going to fight forward for a gain of 4, but I think they're going to take the free play.
Yep, take the free 5 yards, and let's, for some bizarre reason, we have offsetting penalties again. Let's give it 1 second. R62, what do you got? Is that it? All right, so free 5 yards, 1st and 5 coming up. If I'm the head coach, I'm taking a shot towards the end zone on this play.
I agree with that. Take the momentum and go for it. 1st and 5. And then, like I said before, with they're daring them to throw right now with that single high safety and stack in the box. See if they do. They're going to throw it, but just a short throw. And Eddie Poole going to gain 4.
Yeah, it's like Gross just has zero confidence in himself right now. I don't know if it has something to do with the interception that he threw at the end of the first half or not. But usually, we'd see him maybe audible and have Kersley go upfield on that, but he ran like a 2-yard out, and then he just checks it down to the running back. So it's a very unusual offense so far from Gross. 2nd and
1, they're going to run it up the middle. Payne's going to fumble it, and the Lions recover. The Lions recover. Rocky Payne, mistake number 3 of the half for the Titans, and the Lions capitalize once again.
And I'd like to point out who recovered that fumble. That is the one and only Gerard Wilson, returning from injury to recover the fumble. That is his 2nd fumble recovery of the season. He had one last week as well.
Massive plays. All facets of the Lions are winning them this game. Special teams, offense, defense, and Southwest is really at a loss in this half. They're going to throw it across the middle. Somehow gets through the sea of arms, and it's a gain of 6.
Yep, and that was Brody Fisher yet again having a great game. But, I mean, again, you mentioned offense, defense, special teams. Everything is clicking. They got an interception, now a fumble recovery, a punt return touchdown. Their offense has been, pretty unstoppable for the most part, other than, the interception that they threw and then one punt in the game. But the Titans just having a really hard time slowing these guys down everywhere on the field.
Going to throw it here to the fullback. I don't even know his name. I've never called his name. But the fullback catches a gain of 1.
That is number 41, Hayden Michelson. First catch on the season, I believe. We don't really see him too often, except for blocking for Laverne Jewell.
I mean, when you have Laverne Jewell, there's not much reason to go to your fullback. Sorry, fullbacks. But,
yeah, and let's be honest. I mean, he's not really blocking a whole lot for Jewell. He's usually, Jewell's usually running right past him.
3rd and 3, see where they go here. Jewell is in the backfield. They're going to run it to him on the delay, and he's going to get nailed. That was looked like Watson Gray on the tackle. Not going to get run over this time, and brings up 4th down. Good stop by Southwest.
Yep, Watson Gray, had the first ever pick 6 by a linebacker tonight. Got ran over by Jewell for a big touchdown run as well, but a really big stop there. This game could have really broke wide open for the Lions if they were able to continue this drive. But let's see what Antoine Moore can do with his leg here.
Punt is up, and the punt is a solid punt. Going to be fair caught at the 13, and the Titans offense is going to come on the field. We're waiting for this Titans offense to find their stride. Gross really needs to settle in.
Yeah, it's like, Gross usually on the season, it's like he had 20/20 vision, could see everything on the field, and now it's, like he's Rex Grossman on Madden 06 with the quarterback vision cone. He just can't see anything. He's got tunnel vision.
1st and 10. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to run it up the middle to Eddie Poole. Eddie Poole is going to get a gain of 6.
Yeah, that's a good start to the drive. Eddie Poole, not a lot of yards tonight, 38, but he's got 2 touchdowns, and quite a few of his runs have resulted in first downs. So decent job from him. And Rocky Payne as well with that big 34-yard run, I believe. But again, you want your quarterback to take some shots. Single high safety here. Take a shot right now.
We'll see if they have a go on the outside. Or they're just going to run again. They're just going to run it. And Rocky Payne, I like to combine names if you haven't noticed. Rocky Payne going to take that one for a gain of 1. No fumbles this time, though. So, hey, we'll take that.
Yeah, Rocky Poole, Brody Skinner. I mean, we're just going all in with the names. Next, it'll be Aiden Morris or Stanley Vincent. But 3rd and 2 coming up. And let's see what they do here.
Out route to Clay Kersley is going to be a first down.
Yep, another great route for Kersley. The out route is his bread and butter. It doesn't matter, what distance he has to run. I mean, it's so hard to defend him. His cutting, he just cuts on a dime on his routes. So good luck to DBs out there in the CFA next season.
1st and 10 now for Fletcher Gross and company. I formation from the offense, and that is Eddie Poole dotting the I. They're going to toss it to him, and he's going to turn it upfield and get nothing. Good coverage from the Lions defense, who's really honed in on this running game in the second half.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the Titans, play calling there in the first half because it was different than what we were used to, and they were having success. But now that they're down 11 points and their offense is kind of stalled out, you want to see them go to the air a little bit more here.
2nd and 10. There's Gross going to pass and steps up, and he gets hit as he throws. An incomplete 3rd and long.
Yeah, Landon Wilson, the Lions defensive tackle, numbers 97, with a huge hit. He had a sack last week, almost has one there. Had 2 tackles for a loss as well last week, so he lives in the backfield for this defense. That was a huge play. 3rd and 10 coming up, and Fletcher Gross, I mean, I don't know what's going on with him, but he needs to figure it out, and he needs to do it quick.
3rd and 10 here. See where he goes. 4-man rush. Under pressure. He's going to throw. Corner out wide open. He has his man. This time he comes down with it, and he's going to get a first down to the 40-yard line. There's the passing attack we were looking for. Corey Bramlett.
Yep. Corey Bramlett finally getting in there. I think that's the 2nd catch tonight, and that was a beautiful corner route. I don't know what happened to Alan Layton, number 20. Maybe he thought he had safety help, and it does look like Isaac Bell, the strong safety, was supposed to be over there. So just some miscommunication between the strong safety and the corner results in a big-time pass play. And, that might give Gross a little bit more confidence to throw it downfield now.
Fletcher Gross. See if they go back to the throw. They're going to run it here. Eddie Poole. Poole for a gain of 1. Another good stop by the Lions defense.
Yeah, there's Gerard Wilson again coming back from injury. He's got a fumble recovery now and a tackle since his return. I mean, he's such a good linebacker, a loose ball magnet he is, and really good in run support.
Second down now for Gross and the offense. He's going to throw it and dump it down to Poole real quick, and that's going to lose the yards he gained. And 3rd and long coming up once again.
Yeah, and that was number 95 that made the tackle, the number 3 defensive tackle, Kim Mercer. So nice tackle for a loss for him. I'm pretty sure that's the first time he's made a play all season.
3rd down. See what they have in store here if they can pick up this first. Gross drops back, steps up, under pressure, shakes off one, can't shake off two, and the coverage downfield was immaculate, and it's going to bring out the punt unit.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to count that as a sack. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got tackled a little bit behind it, but if it does count as a sack, that'll be the first one on the season for the number 3 defensive end, Clinton Smith, number 91.
4th and 10 now for Titans. They're going to have to punt it away and rely on their defense. That one's almost blocked, but they do get it off. The punt looks like it's going to land inside the 10, bounce inside the 5, and perfect punt from the Titans, and that is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, and what a fantastic punt from Sammy Ingram, number 9. He's really the best punter in the league right now. Now, last week he did have 2 touchbacks, but that was just bonehead mistakes by his coverage unit, falling into the end zone with the ball. He should have had 3 inside the 20 in one game.
1st and 10 now from the 1-yard line. See what they can do. Push back into the end zone, but he manages to get back to the line to gain. Scary play. That's going to do it for the end of 3. South Central leading here, but can they keep it out of their end zone? 35-24. Get your 4s up in the chat.
Get them up.
Subscribe, hit the like button, join the Discord, all that stuff. You're watching the High School Football Alliance on the Optimus Cline YouTube channel.
In the Hammer Cline Universe.
They do credit him with a yard, so technically snapping this from the 2. Toss play in the backfield. The Titans are going to get there. Safety.
Oh my goodness. Wow, who got him? I didn't see the number. Was it 54? No, it was 57 who got him. Mark Lewis, the outside linebacker. Look at this. It looks like the ball gets out of the end zone right there at the end, but his knee may have been down before it did. We didn't get a replay of it, but huge play as Mark Lewis makes a nice play. Gets a safety, but it's still a 2-possession game here. 9-point ball game.
Free kick is away. And the Titans are going to get great field position as this is going to be at the 43. Not a good play call there from Travers Jewell, and as Randy Hardy is going to be down the field. Hopefully he's okay.
Oh my goodness, yeah, a really questionable play call by Travers Jewell. Maybe he just wanted his son to get a 98-yard touchdown run, but the Titans made him pay, and this is another injury to the outside linebackers here. We saw Gerard Wilson go down for the Lions, and then Randy Hardy had to step in, but now Randy Hardy is injured on special teams. So I don't know what's going on with the linebackers today, but they better be careful for the next 10 minutes, 53 seconds.
Forge asking if there's going to be a momentum change. I think there might, if there's ever going to be one, I think that would be it. Running up the middle is Eddie Poole, who gains 8. He's been a very nice addition to this backfield, and he has 47 yards I think he's averaging about 5 yards per carry.
Yeah, he's like he's like Thomas the Tank Engine right there, just chugging along and picks up 8 yards. He's been doing that all game. I mean, it hasn't seemed like he's been doing that all game. He's only got 48 yards, but he's been getting them when they need him.
That's what happens when you're in a running back committee. 2nd and 2, they're going to throw it here. Gross across the middle. It's going to be caught. Clay Kersley down to the 37.
Yeah, nice catch there by Kersley. And now I would take a shot to the end zone. You haven't done it the entire game, I feel like. You got to take a shot. I would go to Tyron Trent on a post. Ooh, man, I don't know how he got that pass. There was so much strength on it. He somehow got it out there. But that was deflected away at the line of scrimmage.
1st down and 10 now for the Titans, who desperately need a score on this drive. They got the momentum, hopefully, for them after the safety set up by a beautiful punt. We'll see what they can do. Gross going to check it down to Poole, and Poole's going to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. He can't, but you look for Gross, and I think it's a combination. South Central's doing a good job getting pressure, but if you look downfield, there's no one really open, and I think Gross is a little bit worried to try to just force one in there like he usually does.
Yeah, ever since the interception, he's been pretty hesitant. But again, we've seen Tyron Trent catch the ball triple, quadruple coverage all season long. So he just has to have a little bit more confidence and let his guy go up and try to make a play.
Second 11, they're going to hand it off to Rocky Payne. He's been the less effective of the two backs, though he has a good average most of his yard team on that one long run. That's going to bring up another 3rd and long, and not the drive the Titans needed, as it's still kind of stagnant.
Yeah, but let's talk about the rushing attack, though. The running backs have combined for over 100 yards. Coming into this game, their season-high rushing yards was 62 back in Week 1.
Gross under pressure. It's going to go down. Beat him on the edge. That was Perry Sidney. He got the safety to seal the game last week. He gets Gross, and Gross is staying down for an extended amount of time.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay, but a great play here by Sidney, just beating the left tackle. I mean, this left tackle's having a rough season. That's Sean Pierce, number 70. But yeah, Perry Sidney last week, 4 tackles, 2 assisted, 2 tackles for loss. They were sacks. 1 was a safety, which ended up being, basically the death blow to the Comets as they won 26-22 in the game of the week.
Punt and see if he can repeat his magic from the first punt he had. Fair caught this time at the 10. He's not going to let that one bounce and put them in a position for a safety this time. But the drive that the South Central Lions needed on defense, they keep the Titans from scoring. They keep it a 2-possession game, and now you have a chance to go down the field and really put this one, I don't want to say out of reach, but make it a challenge for Southwest to come back.
Yeah, if I'm the Lions right now, I give the ball to Jewell and let him try to break through to the second level.
There's the hand to Jewell, but good tackle there from Guy Pottinger. And Randy Hardy, if we could only see what it said. The graphics team not doing a good job. We'll take a little behind-the-curtain break to check and see how he's doing. We'll take a look at the injuries. Randy Hardy, high ankle sprain 1 week, so he will be back hopefully next week for this team.
Yeah, he should be back. I mean, ankle sprain, he'll be all right. Patrick Mahomes is going to play on Sunday, so, he'll be all right.
Rocky Clearwater in the chat. Good to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, what a game. We're on pace to possibly break the points record that we set earlier this week. We'll see. 2nd and 9. It's going to be hand off to Jewell again. Jewell gets yards out of that, which not many guys would have.
No, it looked like he was going to be tackled for a loss. Somehow gets a few, but 3rd and 7. If I'm the Lions, I probably just keep it on the ground here. You don't want to chance an interception unless you got some fancy play-action play that you've drawn up to get one of your speedsters downfield.
3rd and 7. They have 4 receivers. See if they throw it. They're going to toss it to Jewell, who's going to get tackled in the backfield. Great play there from the Titans. Force a 3 and out. And we've had offenses a little bit grind to a halt here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, really good play by the defensive end, Taylor Wallace, the left end. A loss of 1 on the play. But, I don't hate the play call. Just run it. You're going to run down the clock a little bit more. The Titans offense has been, shooting themselves in the foot for this pretty much the whole second half. So just go out there, trust your defense to get this game finished.
High snap, but he gets it away, and this is going to be fielded and brought back to the 46. See if the offense can do anything with it. They've really struggled. You mentioned trying to get to Trent and Kersley. What's your advice?
Well, I haven't seen them really take a deep shot. The only deep shot downfield so far in this ball game was a corner route to Corey Bramlett, where the strong safety in the corner had some miscommunication, and they didn't really know which one of them was supposed to be covering that zone. But, I mean, Tyron Trent, he's been doing it all season. He goes downfield. You got to take a shot to him.
Going to do the swing pass to Rocky Payne, who's going to get 4 on 1st down. Can't hate it, but don't really love it. You need to get the ball down the field. We haven't really seen anything too far down the field, especially nothing to Trent or Kersley in this second half. Everything's been short or to the tight end.
Yeah, most of the passes in this ball game so far have either been 2 or 3 yard slants or in routes, or 2 to 5 yard out routes. So not really anything medium to deep in the field.
Run there for Poole is going to go nowhere. It was blown up before it even got started in the 3rd and 7. This Lions defense, they're feasting right now, and they are swarming to the football. Titans have to do something.
Yeah, that was, who was that? Paul Warren, I believe. Yeah, Paul Warren, number 93, with a nice tackle there. But this offense has been really stagnant.
3rd and 7. See if Gross can convert. He has some protection. He's going to throw it deep. He has his man. It's going to be dropped again. He had the corner route. I think that was Bramlett, but Bramlett couldn't bring it in. And
it was Kersley.
It was Kersley. Oh, my word. Clay Kersley dropped what would have been maybe a touchdown. And a 4th down coming up. And this is a position where you almost have to think about going for it. Looks like they're going to punt it away. But, oh, my goodness, that's a back-breaking drop.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a lunar eclipse over here watching him drop a ball. It just rarely happens. But one of the best playmakers for the Titans in the second half, Sammy Ingram on the field again.
Punt is away, and this time Jewell taking no chances with that one, bouncing inside the 5 again. He's going to field that one at the 10, get to the 13. Titans defense really needs to get another stop for them if they want to have a chance. A touchdown or any score really here is going to put this one a little bit too far to right.
Yeah, you need a quick 3-and-out here or a takeaway. I mean, you got to do it quick because you don't want them to just march down the field and run all this clock down.
The Lions have shut out the Titans' offense in the second half. The only points they got in the second half was off that safety throw. Vincent across the middle, gain of 8.
And that was number 88, Ronnie Wheatley. That's his first reception of the ball game. Now, last week, he was targeted twice. He had 1 catch for 42 yards. So, interesting that they don't really use him too much, because he's kind of a mismatch against some of the slower of the outside linebackers out in coverage.
2nd and 2 now. He's going to hand it off to Jewell up the middle, and Jewell's going to fight his way for a first down. They had about 4 guys there. It didn't matter. First down for the Lions.
Yeah, he had a linebacker and a defensive end on his back. Taylor Wallace and Mark Lewis trying to drag him down, but he's just so strong, just carries him for the first down, and that's really not what you want as the Titans head coach is to allow a first down just like that.
First down and 10. Power set, and let's see if they hand it to Jewell. I think everyone in the building is expecting that. It's going to be a run to Jewell, and it's going to be well covered by the Titans.
Yeah, that was a really good tackle by number 95, Martin Robertson, the defensive tackle. I don't think they're going to catch him if Robertson doesn't make that tackle. There was a linebacker out there that was getting blocked and just 1 safety for Jewell to try to make miss. So good play by Robertson.
2nd and 8. See what the defense can do as the time ticks under 4 minutes to go in this game. Lions with the lead, trying to milk this clock out. Toss play to Jewell. Great read there from Guy Pottinger to take them down in the, Watson Gray to take him down in the backfield. He's had a good day.
Yeah, he's definitely had a great day. He had the pick 6 and now a nice tackle for a loss there. But I can understand you mixing those two up. 64, 54 look very similar on these jerseys. And both of those linebackers are really fantastic players, always out there making plays.
At least I didn't call him Guy Gray or Watson Pottinger.
Oh, man, it's only a matter of time.
3rd and 11 now. See what they can do here. The Titans need a stop as we're about to hit under 3 minutes in this game. Down 35-26, run up the middle, and they're going to stop it. And that was also Watson Gray with the tackle. He's been a big part of this defense, and the Titans are going to get the ball back, and it's do or die time now for Fletcher Gross.
Yeah, you don't need a touchdown on this drive. If you can get down there quick, and obviously if you get inside the red zone, you want to score a touchdown, obviously. But you don't need a touchdown on this next drive. You have all 3 timeouts left. You're going to have that 2-minute warning that you can utilize as well. But no matter what, you got to get some points or this game is over.
Lions defense has done a great job today holding this offense to only 14 points. As someone's getting bodied there. Return from Trent. Can go up to the 49. That's where this offense is going to start. 51 yards away from a touchdown and a 30-some-odd yards, 20-some-odd yards away from field goal territory. What do you want to see?
Take some shots downfield for the love of God. I'm begging you. Just do it one time. That's all I'm asking.
They did do it one time, and Kersley dropped it.
Go to Trent. That's your deep guy.
First and 10, Gross, empty set. Think we'll at least get a throw here. We indeed will.
He's got Trent.
He's going to throw corner route. He has him. Trent brings it down this time. He's gone. Clay Kersley into the end zone for a touchdown.
Oh, man, he had Tyron Trent wide open on the bottom as well, and this is exactly what the Titans needed. They wasted no time. One play, one touchdown. They're within a field goal after this extra point, of course. Or no, they're already within a field goal. It was a 9-point game. So what am I talking about? If they get the ball back, field goal wins it. I mean, they have all the momentum right now. Man, this is going to be a really exciting finish with 2:08 remaining on the clock.
And it's huge. A couple huge things. That, for one, it looked like almost the bump coverage that the Lions were running messed them up there. He bumped him off his route, and I think the safety got confused and thought he was coming to the middle of the field. And then he was out of position when Kersley went back to the corner. And another thing, scoring that touchdown so quickly allows, they almost blocked that, allows them to save the 2-minute warning, which could be huge if they don't recover the onside kick, or they could just decide to kick it deep on this.
Yeah, if I'm the head coach, I kick it deep, 100%. You know, your defense has been doing pretty good in the last few drives, getting some stops, but it looks like they're going for the onside kick. I don't necessarily hate it, though. You know, you have the 2-minute warning. You got 3 timeouts left. Trust your defense here.
See if they can get the onside kick. We haven't seen too many recovered. It's going to be recovered easily by the Lions. Defense will have to show up, but they do have the 2-minute warning saved, so they could get the ball back with the timeout left.
Yeah, if the Lions get a first down, it's still doable here. But, I mean, you don't want that to happen. You got to get a quick 3 and out.
Jay Washington wishing that they had gone for 2 for the culture.
For the culture. Get 69 combined points. Oh, man. Nice.
Going to hand off to Jewell, the most dangerous man on the field, and he's going to spin out one man. Oh, he pulls up lame, and Jewell's in the end zone.
Oh, wow. Laverne Jewell is having the best game of his entire life. You know, you said in this broadcast that he hasn't really had an amazing game. Well, I think he's got one here tonight, partner.
The safety. Take a look. I think it was the quarterback. He pulled his hamstring and couldn't get over there. And Jewell,
man,
taking advantage, and that is going to put it. We have a chance now, folks. We said this might be game of the year. We have it set up now. Minute 59 to go. It's going to be an 8-point, not an 8-point game. If this is 2 scores, if they get an extra point, right? No, this is. Yes, if it's to get the extra point.
This will make it a 9-point game. So really, the Titans should have went for 2. So just like Jay Washington said, they should have went for 2, man.
See, always go for the culture.
Never turn down a 69.
Never. Well, no comment. The kick is up. Kick is good. That makes a 9-point game. And the Lions, Laverne Jewell. Who was it? Rocky Clearwater saying about Fletcher Gross, he has the clutch gene. I think Laverne Jewell has the clutch gene as well on South Central side. That was a heck of a run.
Yeah, I mean, man, is there a better running back in high school football? I just don't think so.
I don't think there's a single one that's more explosive than him, and he's going to be something to watch at the next level and beyond. He's a guy I think we can already put it in pen that he's going to be in the pro league, barring an injury. Okay, they got 67 yards to go for the touchdown that they need, but they don't necessarily need a touchdown on this drive. They just need a score of some sort, and they need to do it quick.
Well, you know, I said the exact same thing on the last drive, and they scored in 1 play. So let's see if they can do it again. Maybe they'll go to Trent this time. I mean, him and Kersley were both wide open on that touchdown play.
Jay Washington, 75 points. That ties the highest scoring game in high school football history. We'll see if they can break the record. Throw across the middle to Clay Kersley down to the 50-yard line. They're going to go hurry up here. No surprise. You got to save those timeouts.
Yeah, if I'm them, I get a touchdown without using a single timeout here. They're wasting too much time.
Gross. Going to throw underneath. Can he get out of bounds? He cannot get out of bounds.
Oh, boy.
And that's going to keep the clock running. That's a terrible mistake there from the backup, number 83. 2nd and 2 now. Gross throws, swing pass. Don't hate it if he can get out of bounds, but he cannot keep. He keeps him in bounds, gets the first down, and you need to go quick.
Hats off to the Lions defenders out here, making sure to bring him down inbounds to waste the clock.
1st and 10 now. Gross throws across the middle to number 19. That's not what you need.
It's Kendall Nielsen, his second catch of the game, but a lot of time ticking off this clock, under a minute to go.
2nd and 2 now. See what Gross can do. He's going to throw, and can Payne get out of bounds this time? He spins inside, and they have to burn a timeout.
Wow. I mean, he got the first down, but man, you want him to spin to the outside, if anything. Just some poor clock management, and it's not on the quarterback. You know, he's getting the ball towards the sidelines. His playmakers have to have, better sight and get out of bounds. Stop this clock.
Fletcher Gross with a more Fletcher Gross-like stat line. They have to go for the end zone here. You really need to go for it all, and you have to get an onside kick. So, long way to go for the Titans. They're going to throw underneath. And I don't necessarily hate that because timeouts don't really matter now that you had to spend one. You can use the whole field, but you have to score quick. Gross going to throw it. Corner. Has a man. Down. Touchdown! So you're saying there's a chance.
Oh, my goodness. And do you know who it was? It was the number 4 receiver, George Porter, with his first career touchdown, and it could not have come in a more crucial situation in this game.
Great job by him to push forward for the touchdown. We still got a long ways to go for a comeback. You need to get that onside kick. I don't think we've seen one recovered yet, but there's a window. There's a door. The door has been left. A crack, a sliver of hope for Southwest.
Yeah, we have a new point record, but I'd like to point out in that last play, Lorenzo Gomez dove for the ball. It's been a long time thing on the channel. If you leave your feet, you see defeat, and he saw it right there.
Kick is up and good. Field goal wins the game for Southwest, but first, biggest kick of the season.
Onside kick attempt from the one and only Stanford Bond. 006 on for the kick.
Everyone holds their breaths here in South Central. The kick, it bounces up. It's going to bounce around. And
oh, my God.
They recover it. How do you want your onside kick? Shaken, not stirred, Stanford Bond. Oh, my goodness.
Kendall Nielsen, the number 5 receiver. He has 2 catches today. And do you see who messed that play up? Number 24, it looks like Lorenzo Gomez. On the touchdown, he left his feet, he saw defeat, and now he might cost his team the game by dropping the onside kick recovery. Oh my goodness, Titans 2 timeouts left, 24 seconds. They need a field goal for the win. And Stanford Bond, man, give him a chance at the win. Hammer, where did you go? Oh, my goodness. 1st and 10 for the Titans. Tyron Trent with a catch. Wow. I don't even know what's happening right now, guys. Beast Mode Mojo in the chat coming in. What's going on, man? 19 seconds left in the ball game. At the 43-yard line, what can Fletcher Gross and the offense do? They probably got to get to around the 28-yard line probably for a field goal try. And that's Clay Kersley, his 11th catch of the ballgame, 116 yards and a touchdown. They're at the 39-yard line, 16 seconds left. I believe they have 1 timeout. The graphic has not been updated just yet. Oh, my goodness, guys. Whew. What a game. Does Fletcher Gross have the clutch gene?
Intercepted. That's going to end the game. Fletcher Gross.
Wow.
So close to being having one of the greatest comebacks we've ever seen, but instead it's going to be picked off. He was trying to force into Kersley, and was that Alan Roach who made the pick to seal the game. Oh my goodness.
Hammer, you've done it again. You combined Ralph Roach and Alan Layton.
And the Southwest Lions are going to go on to win the game.
Oh, man, what a game this was. Game of the season. I don't know if we're going to be able to top this one, partner. 42-40 is going to be the final. 82 points combined as the Titans call their final timeout, but this one is over.
My goodness, what a freaking game. Like I said, I thought this game had potential for game of the year. I think this is my vote for game of the year right now.
Yeah, I think, I personally thought that you died after the onside kick recovery because, you were just gone. But
I did die.
It was insane. And I loved every second of this game. The finish was absolutely insane. And the South Central Lions, folks, let's talk about this for a second. They're 4-0 now. All 4 games have been one-score victories. Week 1, they beat Northwest 38-34. Week 2, they beat North Central 30-24. They had a pick 6 in that game to finish that off. Last week, they beat International 26-22. A safety was the big difference in that one. And the defense here today, 3 takeaways. They now have 12 on the season. They've had 3 takeaways in every single game. I don't know who's going to be able to beat this team if the Titans can't do it with Fletcher Gross throwing for 400 yards here tonight.
Yeah, my goodness, what a game, and it came from all facets of this team. Defense showed up, the special teams showed up, the offense showed up. You couldn't have asked for a better performance from the Lions. And, Fletcher Gross putting his team in his position at the end, throwing that pick. You can't really fault him for it. Just trying to make a play happen. And if that was completed, they would have been in position for a field goal.
Oh, absolutely. And there's no doubt in my mind that Stanford Bond, 006, would have definitely sealed the game with a winning field goal. But again, the big story, takeaways. The next closest is 7, I believe, in the league. South Central has 12, folks. 12.
That is just absolutely insane. I don't know who's going to beat them, honestly. And we talked about this before the stream, but they look like the runaway favorites. There's a path for them to not lose a game this season.
Yeah, just like there's a path for North Central to not win a game this year. There's so many crazy things that can transpire. But it doesn't get any easier for the Lions either. It's not like it's a cakewalk schedule. Next week, they're going to be hosting the Northeast Jays. Now, the Jays only 1 win on the season. You might think that'd be an easy victory, but with new head coach Dan Short and that now fiery offense led by Ian Harlan that now actually fits his play style, can this South Central defense get 3 more takeaways against them? And for the Titans, week 5, it's going to be another rough game for them. They're traveling to the Southeast Raiders, the best defense in the High School Football Alliance. Can Fletcher Gross, can he protect the football on that one?
Titans fall to 2-2. Lions stay undefeated, alone atop the standings. Player of the game has to be Jewell, right?
It's got to be. There's no doubt in my mind.
Laverne Jewell, 24 attempts, 133 yards, 3 touchdowns, a punt return touchdown, 92 punt return yards. That man, we might have a new leader for Player of the Week voting. That's going to do it here, though, from our studios here in the HCU headquarters. I'm Hammer. He's Cline. Hope you've had a good night.
Take it easy, everybody.